Game 4 was really interesting to play WCS, and he stuck plat. My whole team with the ability to shoot mines, none of you did yet, and he blames us. Of course he does.
Having my name on the back of a jersey and competing against. I'd like to tell you what happened when I knew, the lessons that I've learned, and what you can expect from me going forward. But first, we need to rewind and start at the beginning to help you understand where this all came from, or the rest of this won't make any sense. I was out for a walk with my family that we did daily at the time, and in the back of my mind, I was brainstorming new content ideas to bring my streams and content in general to life. And at the time, I was personally hooked on a series of content from a guy named Jordan, who was documenting his journey of taking an ice bath every single day. So I started considering how I could document in a similar capacity something more specific to Overwatch 2. At 27 years old, with a wife and 2 children at the time, I decided to set a goal that was absolutely bonkers. This involved me chasing this dream I had in my head of wearing a dope headset, having my name on the back of a jersey, and competing against the very best players of Overwatch across the world. Overwatch itself hasn't just been a game to me at all.
Hero, Angela, the one-winged angel. As a vanguard and a formidable warrior, she can shape her icons, a type of living fluid, into various weapons, wielding them with unparalleled skill.
Okay.
At any point. It's been a game that I fell in love with, and I've built friendships in, and actually really ignited this competitive fire in me. So I set a ridiculous goal that I knew people would rightfully question. That goal was to compete at the highest tier of Overwatch by 2026. At the time, this was the Overwatch League, may it rest in peace. And even to me, I knew this was bordering on impossible, but that just made me want to chase it even more. Going pro in esports isn't just mindlessly grinding ranked on a live stream. You've got a lot more to it. You got to get coached, you need to review your own gameplay, and the thing that I didn't know going into this is you needed to do something called scrims. You break down your own gameplay, you review VODs, and you get absolutely dumpstered by players that are infinitely better at you at...
This guy didn't even know what scrims was. Look. I don't think people understand... I don't think people understand how good, like, pro players are at games or sports. I don't think people understand how good, like, professional footballers are, or like professional Overwatch players are at their craft. They play and they play casually and they think, fuck it, I could do that. Like, as much as you guys meme me, I don't think you guys understand how fucking good I was at this game, Overwatch at its peak. I was fucking unreal. And like, if you're just a casual guy who has thousands of hours in the game and you've peaked plat, you have just no chance. Now, don't cap me. In the words of Brian Scalabrini,
okay.
I'm closer to profit than you are to me.
Mudafuka.
Why don't you have the Labubu?
What?
Oh,
You don't have the Labubu.
I want a Labubu. Where's my Labubu? What did Gaming for Hook even peak? Did he even get a diamond? He hit Masters 1? There's no way. Masters 5 is like flying Overwatch 1. I thought the ranks were higher in Overwatch 2 than they were in Overwatch 1. Like, Diamond is harder to get in Overwatch 2 than it is Overwatch 1. Or maybe that was just at the start of Overwatch 2. Let's continue this video.
Playing in a team-organized environment, or scrims.
Any new upcoming games looking forward to? Not really. I mean, Archeron is releasing soon, but to be honest, I kind of think that game is cheeks. Besides that, like, Supervive obviously flopped really hard. Borderlands 4, when that comes out, I'm really looking forward to that. But that'll only last a few weeks.
Very repetitive. They looked like getting up, going to work, coming home to warm up, then play the game, review my gameplay, go to bed, and continue this on a cycle. I cut out almost all social plans that were for me personally, with the exception of the ones that involved my immediate family of my wife and children. I even took a chance on myself and quit my 9-to-5 I had at the time because we had the financial means to float several months, and I decided to take a chance on myself. It didn't work out, but I tried. The time that I had to myself during this period was honestly horror film material because it was next to non-existent. The romanticized idea that is online that you honestly tried. The time that I had to myself during this period was honestly horror film material because it was next to non-existent. The romanticized idea that is online that you can just play a lot and by default you will improve is completely false. I knew that very early on, but I didn't know it soon enough. Competing in Overwatch, as many of us know, and even I knew at the time, is a full-time job in itself. But what I didn't expect was just how much of a full-time job it truly is. Additionally, the competition that I have in the game is significantly younger, which I knew, and somewhat faster. I was improving, but not at a pace fast enough to get ahead of the curve that I had fallen behind by only having had maybe a couple hundred hours in the game when I started. And this was almost exclusively because I was not willing to sacrifice what little time I had with my family on a day-to-day basis and on a weekly basis in the sake of actually pursuing this goal.
Is he trying to say that if he didn't have a family and kids and he played all day instead, that he would get to the point he's pro?
With more time available. Let's talk about the breaking point, which wasn't some like wild tournament loss. It was actually a scrim that recently has kind of become famous. I had been on a team for the previous year at this point, and I started to notice that they were playing infinitely better with our other tank player. I saw the difference and noticed some things that I just wasn't gelling with the team and they weren't gelling with me. And the other thing is the objective reality that that tank player was 2 full divisions ranked higher than me. Unfortunately, my skill gap was not closing fast enough, so I decided that it would be best for the team if I walked away, realizing that reality was we weren't gelling as people, and I wasn't playing as well as I needed to. I was a hindrance to them, so I chose to walk away from the team that I created. Clinging on to the little drive and discipline that I still had, I decided to grind public ranked to Masters and maybe join a scrim team at that time, but I would get there when I got there. Shortly after this decision, I ended up getting a full-time job again because my emergency fund had run out, and it was time to realize that, unfortunately...
Like, there's no way that this guy saves money for, saves money in his bank account and then quits his job to go pro in Overwatch when he's like a fucking plat player.
In that endeavor, and it was just a little too early to be a full-time creator, so I went and got a 9-to-5, and that time ate into the already limited time that I had to play the game. I had stayed in denial for a couple of months, but there was a reality check I needed that I just needed to swallow my pride and admit defeat. Did I give it everything that I had? Honestly, yes. I took breaks when maybe I shouldn't have, and of course, I made mistakes, but giving your all doesn't guarantee success. Sometimes you work incredibly hard and put in the time and effort, but you still don't make it. And as much as that stings in a lot of ways, I've made peace with it. Failure implies implicitly that you have taken a chance on something. Too many folks...
You should watch this, Watch this!
Let's address these allegations that the entirety of the community of Overwatch seems to be at least aware of at this point. I have notes in front of me, so if you see them... So, I mean, you're seeing the image on your screen right now. Fair enough.
It reminds me of the chat. Have you guys seen the GIF? How do I... You guys hit this GIF? In a chat, I got banned from a Discord server for posting this GIF. Isn't that crazy?
That you see that at first glance, but there are 2 key important things. Number 1 is the one thing that a simple Google search of what a Nazi salute looks like would have answered for you. I used the wrong hand. If it was an actual Nazi salute, it would have been my right hand.
Oh,
in
really?
Left hand, you would have been shot and killed in the Nazi Germany. So,
wait, is that true? I didn't realize you had to be your right hand. I've been doing it wrong my whole...
But the more important thing is that was a screenshot from one of my videos that was taken completely out of context where...
Wait, grooming my
let's talk
wife?
about the accusations of me grooming my wife. Wild that people think that is actually a thing that happened. On May 7th, 2019, I posted a video about pleasing your spouse. How to essentially take care of your spouse and love on them. It's not a sexual thing. Don't get weird. I referred to my wife at the time, and a lot of you assumed that I was referring to my current wife, Rachel. Many of you don't know this because I don't talk about it a lot. I've been married one other time. She cheated. So I left.
Oh,
put up with that crap.
Holy shit!
I was married before. That was who I was referring to in that video. but I don't have any reason to remove that video because it was still some valid advice. Fast forward to now. Alright, now for the moment that many of you have probably clicked to be honest with you, and it's not really a reaction to Apply's video, it's my response. For those that don't know, I highly encourage you to go watch it. It was a great video, and don't take what he says personally at the beginning. It was for content and humor. I'm sure there was some truth and validity to what he actually felt, but it was very well put together. I thought
Guys, shit isn't
it sure, a little brash, sure, but it was humor. And then
I'm pretty sure this is the guy my brother bullies all the time, right?
You know what? I'm glad he did that, even though I'm not a Doomfist player. I'll get to that in a minute. But obviously, for those of you that watch my content, you know I'm not a Doomfist player. Those were the only games that I have on Doomfist are posted, and he reviewed the last one in there. I do want to give him some credit for that, by the way. He skipped to the last game of the 10, presuming that I...
Okay, wait, is there a video that is this? Is this the video?
And I really hope Gaming for Hope or Hope for Game, what the fuck his name is, watches this and tries to respond, because it is ridiculous, bro. I don't know how you think this isn't your fault. It is unacceptable. If you want to go pro, you need to be more realistic with yourself, bro. You're not going pro with this attitude. You can't win in bronze. How are you gonna win in OWCS? Okay, tell me a little bit about this guy. I need more. I need more. Okay, so you said, what is this? Okay. He is plot trying to go pro, but had to move his wife and his kids with his
No, there's no way that's real, by the way.
parents. Okay, let's watch a little bit of this. Let's watch a little bit. Let me see. Hold on.
I want to compete at the highest levels of Overwatch in the Overwatch Champions series. But there's a problem. I'm 28 years old, married, and raising a family. This makes the path to get there much longer and consequently more challenging. I have created a detailed roadmap to accomplish my goal despite the additional challenges. I even have
Wait. So in the roadmap, he's gonna get money. Well, he's gonna get signed. Oh, and no, he hits Masters, gets signed, makes money, wins a championship, and then hits GM. So we're gonna win a championship, and then we're gonna hit GM. All right.
I'll watch his gameplay.
Pro, quit his job, ran out of his emergency fund, bald. Okay, here we go. Let's get it. I'm gonna do a fair real VOD review.
Go in. Like, chat, you know, I don't know how to explain this, but I just know by the way he looks that he's terrible. I can't explain what you mean. Just the way he just moves, you just know he's shit.
Okay, he's got charge punch. Okay. All right, so he farmed charge punch.
We just need to back out here, buddy. Yeah, you're just...
And this is also something as well, is when you have someone like this who really is trying to be a pro in low elo, he will coach his teammates in piss low to such an insane degree, it will drive him and his teammates crazy.
Dead.
All right. So right now, he is basically doing nothing. What I would like from him here is to try to set something up here, though. You know, he's letting it happen. It's like someone's trying to fuck him, and he's laying down and is like, yeah, fuck me. But you have to do something here. Just because your team died or one died or someone taking damage doesn't mean you necessarily reset and back up. He turned around and looked around and he was like, yeah, buddy, we gotta back up.
I just kill it. I don't know. I don't really care. Is someone walking in the ground instantly slow turn speed, then overswing? It's a case of, like, I don't know how to explain this, but like when you watch someone play, you can tell when they feel comfortable playing, right? When they feel comfortable versus when they don't. When they feel like they're in control of their controls versus when it feels like they've lost control. And that's what all the noobs are like. It looks like it looks like the computer is controlling them, not the other way around. And I say dog shit, massive one tricking. Like, I've started playing StarCraft again, and it's like I feel so uncomfortable playing the game. It's crazy. Okay, I bet this guy and Doom a Chipsa on Doom. Chat, you guys don't get it. You guys just don't understand how good I was at Doomfist in the thingy. At my peak, chat, holy fuck, Supervive is dead. This game is so dead.
My team is AFK. My team is so scared. My team is AFK. My team is so scared. My team is AFK. My team is so scared. My team is AFK. It's just bullshit. Hey, friends. We're both friends. Yeah. Hey, friends.